Hi there! Today I'm reviewing the new LEGO Monkey Kid Nezha's Ring of Fire Mech set. This set retails for $140 and comes with 1,163 pieces, which on paper is terrible. Just look at the price per piece ratio. But let's go into the review just so I can talk about it a little bit more. Now, as I said before in the introduction, this is set 80057 LEGO Monkey Kid Nezha's Ring of Fire Mech for $140 USD and comes with only 1,163 pieces. One thing I will say about the LEGO Monkey Kid as a whole is that there are a lot of mechs released, like 10 out of the 50-something sets, which is a lot. And this one is probably my 4th or 5th favorite, which is good, but doesn't compare to some of the other ones out there. Like, don't get me wrong, it's still a good set, but it's just not very good compared to some of the other ones. However, I will say that it's about the same height as the Monkey King's Ultra Mech, which retails for $20 more, but this is way more skinny. I really like the inclusion of the foil, but I don't particularly like how it's attached. I feel like it should have even had a small Technic pin on the bottom. It just kind of feels just loose and can get folded if you actually hold it wrong, which I am talking from experience, and I literally ordered the foil separately just because of that. This set, luckily or unluckily, depending on how you want to see it, has no side builds, which would normally mean that there are more budget put into the main model, but this time, no. Yes, I'm talking about the pricing early. But like this maybe $100 set is being sold for $140. Like, that's robbery. This set should definitely not be priced anywhere near this amount. And I kind of find it sad how one of the last few Monkey Kid sets available on LEGO.com as of right now is priced so terribly. At least if it's going to be this overpriced, maybe add in one side build or make it a tad bit bigger. Now, there are some saving graces to this set, like it having a foil and quite a few larger molded elements, but like that price is still so bad. Luckily, if you're not in the US, you can get the set for way cheaper since it's only €110 and 95 pounds, which makes me even more confused as to why it's so overpriced in the US. Like, it can't even be because of tariffs or anything like that, since this released like before any of those. And like, what's the point of putting it this high for a theme that's basically game over? Which is sad to say and is reasonably priced in most other regions. And come on, LEGO. If you're going to end this theme, at least make the couple sets end on a bang, just like how they showed it. Which, stay tuned, since real soon I will release Season 4 of that. Other than the major pricing issues, it's not a bad set at all. It's quite accurate to like the 5 minutes within the show, and I especially like the staff it has. It actually has a really nice color scheme of lavender, red, white, and a small bit of yellow. This set also comes with a new recolor of these propeller pieces, and at the time of this recording, it's the only set it's been in so far. I actually really like how the entire mech throughout was sticking to the theme of fire. Like, the staff is flaming, the foil is flaming, and even a little bit of fire coming out from the back, which does make it feel pretty cool. I do have to admit that. I really like how he comes with roller skates, shown by the 2 giant wheel elements in the back, since Nezha is kind of the guy that would be using roller skates, since everything about him is like some kind of fast and slightly addicted to hoops kind of person. These wheels are actually really exclusive to this set, and they're actually pretty cool. The rubber is fully molded on, so you can't even remove it, and actually came in black in a few other education sets. But this isn't the only instance that it came in red. Now, I do have a nitpick about this design. How are you supposed to make him play with the roller skates since the feet can't go up and down? So you can't exactly make him use his roller skates. And that reminds me, this bike has so much articulation, like it's kind of crazy. Its hands can rotate, it has elbows, arms, legs, and knee joints, so you can really get in some dynamic poses. It definitely has more articulation than most other mechs nowadays, and it is really good for play. This set actually has one play feature, and that is that you can remove the drone from the back. It's actually a simple play feature, since it's literally just connected up by 2 Technic axle pins. But I actually really like that. When you remove the drones, if you look at it from the front, it looks still perfectly fine. But just don't look at the back, since there is now just a bunch of Technic bricks completely exposed. Which, for me, isn't necessarily a problem, since I don't see the back while I'm displaying, since I prefer to put the drone on. But for the people who don't, that's kind of a bad trade. And it would have been very easy for them to at least recolor some of the parts to make it not look like that, or just add a little plate work on the back so it doesn't show up as much. However, the actual drone does look pretty nice, if I do say so myself. This is where the lavender drone pieces really show themselves, and I feel like it fits pretty well in this scenario, since it's part of Nezha's color scheme for the set. You can open up the cockpit, even though it's kind of empty, and place a minifigure inside. Other than that though, it's kind of a simple build. Notice how the chest, you can open it up and place Nezha inside, which is a feature that some other mechs don't have, like Mech's Evil Mech and the Mighty Azure Lion. But I actually really like the design for the head. This set comes with the Purple Stone, which is the collectible for this wave of August 2024. And I really like these two transparent satin opaque blue 1x1 rounded tiles. Geez, say that 10 times fast. It also used the quote unquote Transformers piece for its mouth, which works pretty good for this design, so I have no real complaints there, to be entirely honest. Unfortunately, everything you see here other than the foils are all just stickers. There is not a single new exclusive print other than the foils, but considering how overpriced they put in the set, they really should have been at least one. Overall, I actually really do like the set, but let's go look at the minifigures, since there are 6 in the set, which is a pretty decent amount. But before I do that, I have to ask you to please subscribe to my YouTube channel. My goal is to get 500 subscribers by the end of the year, and I would highly appreciate it if you do subscribe. Every subscriber does matter to me, and let's go back into the video. I'm gonna start off by reviewing Mei, mostly because I feel like she's the most boring out of the bunch. She's technically exclusive, but just like 99% of all the other Monkey Kid minifigures, she is made up of a bunch of widely available parts. Except for her torso that only came in one other set, which is Mei's Dragon Mech, which is unfortunately and somehow retired. At this point, I feel like we've gotten 20 of the same Meis, but they're all very, very slightly altered so they can feel unique. I would have much preferred if we got something drastically new, like what we got for Monkey Kid's mythical creature Chillin', since this feels very plain, and it was repeated way too many times. Like at this point, they could have just used some of the other ones we got for season 3 and 4, and I would basically still like it just as much. She does come with leg printing, which looks nice, I guess, but no side printing or even arm printing, which is kind of a shame since you're gonna use pieces from another set. At least add a very slight variation, like arm printing or side of leg printing to make it feel even slightly new. Overall, I do not like this minifigure at all. But let's come to Monkey King. This minifigure is actually quite a bit better. Monkey King comes in a battle outfit, just like he almost always does. But unlike Mei, they actually changed this one up quite a bit. He comes with an exclusive torso braid that I actually like a lot. It's definitely among my top 5 favorite Monkey King minifigures. The legs aren't exclusive, but I don't think it really matters that much since it works decently enough for this figure. Other than that though, this minifig comes with the same hair, same tail, and same face that has been seen in almost all other sets. Overall, this minifigure is actually pretty good, but let's go on to the next minifigure, which is the 100-Eye Demon. Wait. Why on earth is the 100-Eye Demon in this set, but not in the Celestial Pagoda, since that's literally where he was? He's basically unchanged from the one that came in the Power Truck, except he doesn't even have his cool caterpillar legs to make him feel even slightly unique. But nope, not at all. So I'm just going to skip him since he's not even worthy of my attention at this point. So let's go to the next minifigure, which is the 9-Headed Demon. And he's probably not supposed to be in this set, but I'm not complaining too much since he's only been in one set, the 9-Headed Dragon set, and considering how he's supposed to be the main villain of this season, I'm pretty happy that he came in this set, so that way he can come in more sets as well. I actually do like this minifigure quite a bit. He comes with a really cool cape, and he comes with a really specialized head mask showing some of his heads, since he's the 9-Headed Demon. And it is both dual molded and has leg printing, which is really cool. However, it has no arm printing or side of leg printing, which none of these minifigures have in its entire wave, which is actually really sad. Overall, this is a good minifigure, but let's go on to the next minifigure, which is Monkey Kid. I honestly don't really like this minifigure that much. It kind of feels like a generic battle armor, and it's kind of just boring in my opinion. Like, come on. It's like the most generic Monkey Kid minifigure to ever exist. And it's really just boring since so many similar variations have already come out. The last minifigure is Nezha, which feels like my favorite minifigure for the set since it actually looks really nice. It's definitely an upgrade compared to the one introduced in Season 3 since it actually looks good. I especially like the battle armor on this minifigure since it's really accurate to the mech. Like, it even has the orange spot on its chest. Just like that, which is an insane amount of attention to detail. However, I felt like it needed the lavender shoulder armor because the actual mech has it, but it's not like terrible. Overall, it's my favorite minifigure in the set, but let's go talk about my feelings. I already talked about how bad the pricing is. Like, honestly, I have to rate it a 5.3 out of 10 purely because of the pricing if you're in the US. But like, if you're really anywhere else, this is a really good set. But let's go into the conclusion. And now, we finish up with today's review of 80057 LEGO Monkey Kid Nezha's Ring of Fire Mech. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and once again, if you have made it this far, please make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. It genuinely means a lot to me, and subscribing shows that people watch my videos and hopefully take something away from it and enjoy it. That is all for this video. Goodbye!